live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing the new upscaler from Nvidia, Nvidia Image Scaling, or NIS, on the GTX 1050 Ti. So, Nvidia's FSR, this is not the LSS, this is like AMD's solution. So here we are. So it was released yesterday with a new driver. So we have it on the Nvidia control panel, or you also have it on GeForce Experience. We're going to be checking out some screenshots, doing some fun stuff, checking out this new technology. So there are two ways that you can enable these features. So we're going to talk about those and test multiple games. So first of all, you got Nvidia GeForce Experience. Hey, Pepe Friend, Ryu, Gupta, Nota Bones, Pepe Friend, No Tesla, Mark Dove. How are you doing, guys? Spirit Breaker, Brandyberry14, Anand, Bardwaj. I'm doing fine. CK Alpha. What about you guys? So I forgot I need to enter with my credentials to Nvidia GeForce Experience. Give me one sec. I need to log in. So the good thing about this is it's on the drivers, so you should be able to do it on basically every game. We're going to be checking out 3 or 4 games. So give me one sec. I hate that I have to log in to an account to use software from my from my graphics card. Okay. So here we are in GeForce Experience, and if you go to the cog at the top right, you should have a thing that here says image scaling. So image scaling should be available, but I think since I have a 10 series card, it doesn't show up. So if you have a 16 series card, maybe a 970 or a 1650 Super, it should show up in GeForce Experience. For me at least, on the 1050 Ti, it's not showing up, but instead of using GeForce Experience, you can only use the Nvidia control panel and be done with it. So image scaling. So if you enable this, I recommend you put the overlay indicator so you know that you're using this technology. So let's disable it for now. This is how you use it. So let's jump into control right away. So in control on 1080p, I'm playing on 1080p, yeah. On medium to high settings, yeah, this is way higher settings than we need. So 1080p, we're getting 25 FPS, which makes sense. It's control, super demanding game. That's NIS. NIS is disabled, by the way. So I take a screenshot. Now I pause the game. And the trick of this is using a lower resolution and upscaling it to your native one. So let's do 720p now. So 720p native. So as you can see, when you swap to 720p, you get a massive performance boost, which makes sense. I mean, it's 720p after all, way lower resolution. So we take another screenshot and 720p. And now I'm going to enable NIS. This means that you need to be in full screen, first of all, and the sharpness, I want it at around 40% personally. So this will grab your full screen resolution and stretch it out to your native resolution. So we're going to do 720p, upscale to 1080p, and let's see what happens against a native 720p image. So we click OK, we apply. So what this does, again, the full screen resolution that you choose will be upscaled to your native. So as you can see now, on the top left corner, there's a blue icon. That means that it's not active since we're on 1080p. So let's drop the resolution to 720p on full screen. So we're now on full screen 1080p. Full screen 720p on a 1080p monitor, and let's see the performance. Okay, runs just like 720p, but NIS is enabled. So we take another screenshot. So now I have the 3 screenshots: native 720p, native 1080p, and NIS 720p to 1080p. So let's do that. Let's do the image comparison. The good thing is Nvidia released a new software that allows us to do side-by-sides, so I love that. It's called Nvidia iCat. So what we're doing is grabbing those screenshots and comparing them. Alright? Do you guys see anything on the screen? You should be able to. I can't, yeah. So let's zoom in. So the image on the left is native what? Okay, definitely one of these images is native 1080p. Yeah, the first one. The second one is native 720, and the one on the right is what's the name of this? NIS. I don't know if you guys can notice. Although Control has a great upscaling technique. So yeah, 1080p on the left, 720p on the middle, and 720p upscale to 1080 at the right. So that's very interesting. Control, although the difference here, well, look at the frame rate, we lose some FPS over 720p, but I mean 3 frames, and the image quality, at least in my opinion, is a lot better over native 720p. I mean, look at this. That's ridiculously better than 720p. So yeah, that's kind of insane in my opinion. So let me add another piece of text so you guys can understand what's going on. So this is 1080p native. On the left. Then this is 720p native. And the one at the far right is 720p upscale to 1080p with NIS. Can you upscale 800 by 600? Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. Hell yeah, we're doing that. So now NIS to 1080p. So again, this is not magic. It's basically smart upscaling. So I'm not sure if you can notice that, but when I zoom in a lot, you can see that the extra sharpness really does help, although Control is a very good looking game on the edges in general. So yeah, native 720, as you can see. The thing is, one of the big disadvantages of this is that, well, apart from not working on every game, apparently, it does over-sharpen also the menus. So it doesn't only sharpen the image, it sharpens also text, as you can see here. The MSI afterburner test is sharpened. So yeah, at least on Control, it looks pretty good. I mean, the image clarity over 720p is pretty noticeable, although the edges are a little bit more unstable. You cannot notice that because this is not a video. So yeah. Yeah, pretty good on clarity on Control, at least right now. So yeah, let's do some of the game right now. So that was the first look at it. At least in Control it looks okay. This is NIS 1080p, sorry, NIS 720p, NIS to 1080p. So yeah, although I can see the aliasing when I'm moving around. Yeah, a little bit too sharp, I would say. But it looks better than base 720p. I'm playing on Ultra, by the way. Kinda pointless, but I want to try a low resolution. Yeah, I can see the sharpness there. I need to use videos to show you guys this, which we'll do it later. But it's a little bit over sharpened still. I think it looks better than native 720. Personally. You should try 720p with sharpening filter on versus 720p NIS. Yeah, that's coming on a different video because on still images I could notice that it was over sharpened with normal sharpening. But it still looks good, in my opinion. The thing is the hair. The hair gets broken pretty easily. Let me show you that. Yeah, Red Dead 2 after this. Give me one sec. I'm talking about the hair. See, this is one of the limitations of the technology. Look at that hair. So yeah, stuff that is very detailed is going to fall apart. But remember, this is not... this is 720p, upscale to 1080p. So let's disable NIS and see that hair once more. So let's do native 720. One sec. We disable the image scaling. .900p in the menu is not present, unfortunately, but we're doing it in other games, don't worry. We're getting there. Okay, I disabled it. Alright, image scaling off. So now this is native 720. One sec, I need to put the resolution back to 720. Come on. There we go. So yeah, as you can see at 720, it looks less crisp. And the hair is still, yeah, flickering. So yeah, this is native 720. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather have crispy hair over unfocused image. So yeah, I'm stress testing it, by the way. I mean 720p to 1080p. So yeah, at least in my opinion, I'd rather use the upscaling on this one. This is extreme scenario, by the way. But if you have a lower end GPU, I think this will be good. So yeah, I'm going to do 900p instead. 900p should be more of a fair chance, but we're doing that one on Red Dead 2. So let's go for Red Dead 2. Very quick, better than FSR. I'm not sure it's better because I'm not seeing them side by side, but both do the job just fine, I would say. At least right now, this looks super similar, but I can do it on any game without the game having native support. You can do that with FSR using lossless scaling or Magpie, but the thing with that is that it barely worked for me. I tried making it work, and some games outright didn't work, and it requires you to be on windowed mode. This requires you to be on 1080p, on full screen. So it's a different implementation than FSR, although Nvidia released the SDK for developers that want to implement this on their games. And apologies for this taking forever to load. Does Epic offer better prices in Uruguay? Nah, well, almost the same pricing, but the thing with Epic, well, it has regional pricing now in Uruguay, so it's pretty competitive with Steam, but people still buy on Steam. There are more ways to pay on Steam, on Uruguay at least. Yeah, FSR on Magpie and lossless scaling, I don't think they look as good as native implementations, but this looks kind of similar to that, like lossless scaling, but it works without you doing much. That's kind of the difference. I was doing 720p upscale to 1080p, yeah, and it looked like 720p, but well, better than 720p, let's be honest. We just proved that. But the edges are very unstable. I think I went a little bit too far with the sharpening. Anyway. So now we're doing Red Dead 2. Yeah, I don't care about that. Let me see if the music is disabled first. Before doing anything else. Yeah, music is off. Sorry about that, guys. So graphics, we're doing 1080p. Make sure that it's on full screen. Refresh rate, let's keep it at 144. Doesn't matter in this case. And the quality preset, we're lowering it. Hang on. We're not doing specific settings, we're just putting low settings, medium settings, yeah. So as you can see, basically medium. I'm not touching any specific setting right now. So be patient. This is only to compare resolutions. All right. And let's get into the game. Hell yeah, 144 FPS on a 1050 Ti. Oh yeah, I forgot about Cyberpunk. No, I don't have that one. I need to download it again. Man, I forgot about that game. Yeah, we're doing Kina after this one. But Cyberpunk should work just fine. Oh yeah, I'll move the camera. I don't know where to though. Where should I put the camera? I'll make the camera a little bit smaller. Oh, I know why. There was a black square for some reason. How you doing? Doing fine, the Raven Killbot, man. What about you, man? Okay, so we are here. Red Dead 2. The thing with Red Dead 2 is that there's a lot of moving stuff. So I'm going to move a little bit to the front. And then we're doing the benchmark tool as well. Let's see if I can stay still right there. So 1080p native. We take a screenshot. Now we're doing 720p native. Sorry, 720p, 900p native. My bad. So 900p. This will be super quick. We're doing another screenshot after this. 900p native. Okay, perfect. And then now we open our Nvidia software, Nvidia control panel, 3D settings, image scaling on. That means let's use very little sharpness on Red Dead 2. It's super blurry, so 30% sharpness with NIS. And this will take our 900p resolution on full screen and stretch it out to our 1080p monitor. And let's see what happens. Okay, so we put it on full screen once again. Okay, so now 900p full screen stretched out to 1080p. So 900p NIS to 1080p. As you can see, there's an indicator at the top left corner that I'm putting right over my head that says NIS. That means that the software is running, the upscaler. So yeah. Let's do a screenshot. Here we go. Okay, so we have our 3 screenshots. Let's now do the comparison. I had the comparison in control. Let's remove all these photos and do Red Dead 2. So we add the 3 screenshots we made. Alright, let's zoom in. Okay, so the one on the left is 1080p, the one on the middle is 900p, and the one on the right is 900p upscale with NIS. So as you can see, the performance difference, yeah, we lose some frames by using NIS here. And I can already see, hang on, I forgot about something. This is 900p native. And this is 900p NIS to 1080p. And again, as you could see here, the FPS, yeah, you get some extra frames. And those edges, yeah, definitely looks less blurry with NIS. But at the same time, Red Dead 2 is such a blurry game that any sharpening you add to it is very distracting. I wouldn't recommend this on Red Dead 2, honestly. I mean, it just makes the softness of the image sharp. So yeah, what do you guys think? Look at these lines here, these cables. On the NIS image, you get some broken graphics there, and here you lose some detail. I don't know, what do you guys think? Gracias, Emadraco. I mean, 900p native is good, runs better. At least on Red Dead 2, I think it's better to use native 900p. Although, yeah, some of the edges that look blurry look sharper, like this texture in the middle. But overall, being the game so blurry in general doesn't help. I mean, look at how it breaks this crate, the edges of this crate with the sharpness. Yeah, no. On Red Dead 2, I do not recommend it, at least right now. Red Dead 2, although, to be fair, it's a game that already looks blurry AF. So yeah. I don't know. Red Dead 2, wouldn't recommend NIS on this one. How was your experience with Battlefield 2077? It was okay. It ran terribly bad, but but it was okay. Whatever. Yeah, here it is. Talking about Battlefield. The problem is some games doesn't give a big FPS boost by just reducing resolution. Depends on the game, really. Usually, resolution is the main difference. So yeah, in games that are blurry, like Red Dead 2, that one doesn't help too much. I would say it makes things worse in Red Dead 2. Let's try Kina. Krina Bridge of Spirits. According to Asan, the T400 is a successor to the 1030 but with DLSS. I don't have a way to get one, unfortunately. In my country, those odd things do not show up, unfortunately. I wish I could, though. Would be nice. Is this NIS feature on 750 Ti? Yeah, if you have an Nvidia card, it should work right out of the box. Okay, 20% sharpness. Let's try that later. Give me one sec. Remember that you gotta be on full screen for this to work. Okay. So we're doing NIS 1080p, upscale to 900p. Okay, music is disabled, nice. So let me see if I remember which was my save file. I think it was this one. 750 Ti gives black screen with NIS. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I do not have Cyberpunk installed, I think. So I'll do it next. I think to do the comparisons, I'll use Cyberpunk, yeah. When I do the video comparisons. Okay, let's put this on high, just to kick the GPU. Break the GPU's knees. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my frame time, though. Maybe I have VSync on. No, VSync is off. What the hell? What the hell with my frame time there? 0 milliseconds. That's kind of broken. Hang on. I think if it breaks the frame time graph to be using NIS. Let's try that again. No, this is not done with a game update. This is from the driver level, which is what I like the most about this new feature. This is why I wanted to check it out, honestly. Yeah, the frame time graph is broken for some reason. That's weird. Do not pay attention to that. At least not right now. So yeah, this is another soft-looking game. I think it's due to the TAA. So what I'm going to do is take a screenshot on 1080p and then do the same work as I did before. So we take a screenshot on 1080p. We drop to 900p. Here we come. Okay, 900p now. We take yet another screenshot. And now we're enabling NIS on the NVIDIA control panel. So we open the Nvidia control panel, and here it is. So you just go to the 3D settings, image scaling, you enable it, and let's put 20% sharpness, maybe 15%. These games are a little bit too soft. So again, what this is going to do is it grabs my full screen 900p and puts it on my 1080p image, my 1080p monitor. So yeah, NIS enabled. Here we go. Let's launch the game again, but put it on full screen because it's not on full screen. All right. And again, we have an indicator that tells us when this is running on the top left corner. Let me enable that. So yeah, 900p, but we have NIS running. Let's take another screenshot. Okay, at least to my eyes right now, this is looking way too sharp. Yeah, this looks over sharpened. But let's see image clarity on the screenshots we just took. Let's see performance and image clarity. And after this, we're doing a video, separate video. But yeah, right now, we're using the Nvidia's image comparison tool. So let's zoom in. Remember, the one on the left, 1080p native, the one in the middle, 900p native, and at the right is 900p upscaled to 1080p with Nvidia image sharpening. So not sure if you can notice that, but it does look more defined, but it's sharpened, so it's not magic. It's upscaling with sharpening in the middle, trying to be smart about it. So yeah, the more blurry the game, the worse results. So yeah, as you can see, this tree in the distance looks better. But then it looks over sharpened. Not sure if you guys can notice that. But you get a performance boost over 1080p, so yeah. Yeah, it's like a sharpness filter. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's over sharpened. I think I should use less sharpening in this. Yeah. That's interesting though. Let's try something. Let's try less sharpening. Let's try 10%. Okay. Although now I want to try 720p though. I want to go extreme on this one. So let's do 720. Let's be unreasonable for a minute. So we're doing 720 because I want to. I don't have a reason. So 720p NIS to 1080p. So let's do one screenshot for 720. So 720p here is 90 frames per second. This is not native, by the way. This is NIS 720p. We disable it. We disable the sharp image scaling thing. All right, it's disabled. Now let's do native 720, which should be a couple frames ahead. Okay, I forgot the frame rate at 720p, but that's fine. We can take care of it in the screenshot comparisons. Okay, now we're at 1080p. So yeah, extreme mode. So we take another screenshot. And now it's time to once again compare those images. So we add the 3 new images we took. This time around they are flipped around, so let me fix that super quick for you guys. Whoa. Wrong button. So this is 720p NIS, 1080p. This is 720p native, and this is 1080p native. Let's see, let's zoom in. Okay, I think you can clearly see the difference here. Yeah, you can see that the 720p image is over sharpened. But I'm going pretty extreme on this. So the difference is, yeah, it's a big performance difference. 5 FPS more at 720p native. So yeah, you lose some performance. But I think that the final image, as long as you don't have some film grain in the game, should be better. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Which one looks better? Native 720 in the middle or NIS 720p to 1080p? I can see that it's over sharpened, and I have 10% sharpness enabled. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'll play a little bit like this and see what happens. But I think it looks okay on a 1080p screen, actually. NIS has better face, yeah. NIS is over sharpened, leave it at 10%. Yeah, maybe I should try 0% sharpness and see what happens. What do you think, guys? Looks a lot like 1080p, are you sure? I mean, you definitely lose image quality. Personally, in my opinion, at least, I think 720p NIS looks okay. I would do that over native resolution, over 720p native, if I had the option. The thing is when it moves, I'm going to try that. So give me 1 sec. Let's record some footage. Let's try doing this, but on a moving image instead. So first we do 720p native. So 720p native, I should get into a part. Hang on. Where I get a lot of stuff on the screen, moving around. I'm going to record some 1080p footage super quick for you guys. Because I know there is a cinematic coming on. So hang on. How do I run in this game? I forgot. Okay, so I start recording here. Let's see while this moves. So, by the way, this is native 720. Middle mouse to run, thanks. Okay, good. And I stop the recording. Perfect. Let's reload the save. And let's try that on native 1080p. So native 1080p now. It's so weird to have middle mouse to run. What the hell? And thank you so much for us for the 20 Mexican pesos donation. He says, greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much for us. Super appreciated. I hope you're doing well, man. How's it going? All the way in the northerness of America. I mean South America. Let's see. Okay, we wait. Come on me, bro. Hey Ramesh, Ravi Kumar. How's it going, man? Okay, that's 1080p native. Let's do 720p NIS to 1080p. So for that, we go back to the Nvidia control panel. We enable GPU scaling and sharpness. Can NIS work on AMD cards? Yeah, it can, but using lossless scaling, which in my experience has been pretty finicky to work with. So I do not recommend it personally, because it's very hard to set up. So as you can see, 10% sharpness, and we're doing 720p NIS to 1080p. So let's do that. So we're now dropping. Remember, you need to be on full screen for this to work properly. Okay? Let's go. So now this is 1080, 720p NIS to 1080p. This should be looking better than native 720. Let's find out. So we start recording. Let's run. Okay, I can definitely see that the character has some ghosting that the sharpness makes more apparent, but it looks nice. It looks over sharpened, but I think I could deal with that. Come on guys, attack me, please. Attack me so I can prove a point. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's do the comparisons. So I got all the footage necessary. This is still images, but let's see what happens with when I grab videos and I put it on movement. That would be nice to see it in motion. The question is, where is my footage? I forgot where I put it. Hang on, guys. Won't take long. Where did I put my footage? Good question. Oh, video rec. Huh, interesting. Oh, it doesn't support .mov things. Oh man. JPEG, PNG, W, WebP, MP4. Okay, let's record that on MP4. Let me convert those super quick. What the hell, man? I was recording lossless footage. Hang on. I'll fix this. I shouldn't be recording lossless footage, I think. But I wanted the best quality possible. Let's try that again. We're doing MP4. Okay, let's try that again. It's very easy to reproduce, so no worries. Let's try that again. So we start recording. So again, this is 720p NIS to 1080p. Go, go, go. Thanks, Roger. I appreciate that, man. Alright. Yeah, give me all that movement on the screen. Come at me, bro. Okay, that's one. Now we do native 720, so we turn off NIS. We disable it. Remember that I'm using only 10% sharpness because with sharpness at 50%, it was already too much. I don't know what happened there. So remember, this is super extreme. I'm doing 720p on a 1080p monitor, so yeah. Okay, so 720p native. So I start recording this footage. Run, run, run. Yeah, 10% should be fine. Hang on, guys, I'm getting a call. Apologies, I'm back. Alright, stop recording. Let's do now native 1080. Snake? Snake! Yeah, that's my ringtone is the Metal Gear Solid codec. I love that. Metal Gear. Colonel. This is Snake. Terrible impression, Jesus. Otacon, I don't want a job. I want to test video games. Okay, now this is native 1080p. Can RTSS eliminate those spikes? Yeah, it can, but you gotta lock the frame rate. Although the frame time seems to be broken right now, for some reason. Sometimes it happens. It wouldn't be the first time. No job update. It was just... I don't remember the name of this place. Doesn't matter. Whatever. So as I was saying, I recorded all the footage. Okay, now I really did get my videos there. Nice. Okay, so I have the 3 videos lined up. Let me see which one is which. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing. As you can see, the Nvidia capture thing is pretty useful. The Nvidia comparison image part. So this is... I'm not sure what this is. The one in the left. Well, the one in the left is 1080p. Yeah, 1080p native. This is the one on the left. The one in the middle is 720p native, and the one at the right is 720p NIS to 1080p. Yeah, that's definitely it. So I'm zoomed in 121%. I'm zooming in more now. Oh, although there's movement, so those are not aligned. Hang on, let's get direct into the cutscene. All right, there we go. Hang on, I'm trying to match the images. Okay, that should do. All right. So I'm not sure if you guys can notice, but on the NIS image, I'm getting over-sharpened stuff. Not sure if you guys can see it. In the middle, we're getting 720p, which does look blurry. And 1080p, of course, to be expected, is much more crisp. There's... do not pay attention to that. But yeah, as I'm seeing it, this is a very extreme case. Remember, this is 720p upscaled to 1080p. So yeah, let's see the image in movement. Let's see what happens. Okay, it doesn't look that bad really. I think it looks okay with NIS. Considering the game is super blurry in general. Yeah, I'll use NIS. Yeah. Although you see the hair behind the main character. I don't know, what do you guys think? How does it look there on YouTube? Personally, I'll use this over 720p. I mean, look at the performance difference. You lose 5 frames by using NIS at 720p. But what I was talking about a few moments ago was the hair. Look at the edges of the hair. They're way more noticeable with NIS due to the sharpening. If you don't see what I mean, give me one sec. Whoa. So look at the hair. The hair has a more ghosting in the NIS image. Although at 720p it's still there, just NIS makes it more obvious. But it looks sharper. The hair itself is like 320 by 240, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I think it looks okay. Although this is a very extreme case scenario. So yeah, I think as long as the game isn't super soft, should have pretty good results. Yeah, I'm noticing this in this plant. I mean, it wasn't going to add more detail, but what I mean is, I think it looks okay, considering it's at 720p image. It's less blurry, but the sharpness is pretty noticeable. I might try 0% sharpness on this one. So yeah, interesting. Let's try another game. Does NIS work only on native resolution? It doesn't work with DSR. It should work with DSR. I don't know. I'm not sure why it wouldn't work. Although you need full screen. I'm pretty sure the biggest thing that you need is full screen on this one. If not, it's not going to work properly. Is it anything like DLSS 1.0? No, DLSS 1.0 looks a lot different and it's using specific hardware to make it work. So, hang on. Now we're trying Guardians of the Galaxy, very new game. This one does have FSR, although FSR doesn't have a specific resolution. You cannot specify what resolution do you want. So yeah, let's put it at 60 Hz like that. 100% resolution, and we're doing 1080p first. I'll put it on low. I'm not going to bother with higher resolutions on this one. It's pretty demanding. And we have a frame benchmark tool, so we're going to be using that. Am I missing something? I don't think so. And remember, this game does not have FSR. This is only sharpening, okay? This is just sharpening. Although what I'm enabling is TAA, if there's any. Where's TAA? Let's get into the game and we'll see about that. Yeah, no, I'm not finding that. Do you need to turn on NIS with program-specific Nvidia settings? What do you mean? I mean, as long as you have the Nvidia control panel, should be okay. Do you need to be in-game to use it? NIS is grayed out for me. No, you don't need to be in-game. What GPU do you have, Alexander Silijanovic? Which GPU are we talking about here? Would be nice to know. And I'm muting that, sorry guys. Avoiding copyrights left and right. Oh, per exe, yeah, you can. You can specify which executable is using NIS, like other Nvidia control panel settings. In the Nvidia control panel, Kyle, or Nvidia GeForce Experience in the beta branch. Although, personally, I like to avoid the Nvidia control panel. Personal preference, of course. Okay, I don't see any option for anti-aliasing. That's fine. So let's do the benchmark tool. So here we go. Have you already tried lossless scaling? Yeah, I did. It barely worked for me. I mean, it worked on some games, but in most cases it didn't work, or it scaled everything incorrectly. So yeah. Okay, so we're recording this footage in order to do the comparisons. This is native 1080p. It's such a hassle to use it. Yeah, I mean, lossless scaling and Magpie, I tried them. They're a hassle, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. A complete hassle in comparison. I mean, this, you just turn it on in the Nvidia control panel, select the resolution you want to upscale from, as the full screen resolution in your game. So if you want to do 1080p upscale to 1080p, just go for 720p, enable image scaling on the control panel, and you're good to go. It goes directly upscale to your resolution. This is 1080p, by the way. This is not 720. That's coming after this. Por ahora bastante bien, Madraco. Igual siento que no es tan... Es como FSR casi, es casi idéntico. Try it with GTA Definitive Edition, maybe later. I just wanted to be doing a quick look if we should use it or not. Of course, I'm doing a very extreme thing, 720p to 1080p. We're trying 900p after this. So we got an average of 36 FPS on 1080p. Let's now do 720p. And then when I'm doing the testing, I'm probably doing Cyberpunk. When I do the video comparisons. So 720. Let's do 900p and 720p. Let's do 720p first. Let's not be that ambitious. And then we do 900p. We'll try it on 4K. No, 4K is for higher end GPUs. I'm on a 1050 Ti. Screw 4K. 4K is for higher end gamers. I'm just a normal person, thanks. But yeah, if you have a 4K screen, you probably have an RTX card. Benchmark tool. Run it. So as I was saying, if you have an RTX card, then you have DLSS compatibility. So I'd rather use that. Although not every game has DLSS, let's be honest. But still. NIS 77% equals AMD FSR UltraQuality. Okay, we're trying that in a minute. So this is now native 720. Who actually plays at 4K? I do not know. Not even the consoles do native 4K in most games. 4K is for screenshots. 4K is because you can do it. You're a fraud, you have a 3080 Ti, but you love these comparisons. Okay, that's fine. We don't judge. We welcome you to our circle. Where can you enable image scaling? On the Nvidia control panel or the GeForce Experience app? We're going to try both. Although with the GeForce Experience app, I want to try against FSR. That will be interesting. Hang on. "4K if your room is too cold." Exactly. I need a heater. Turn up those pixel counts. Let the industry go for 4K gaming, guys. That will make 1080p gaming much cheaper. Much cheaper. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is what I like about companies trying to get to 4K. So at 720p, the average FPS is 51. Now what we're doing is enabling NIS. That means that we gotta go to the Nvidia control panel. Give me one sec. So again, what I do like about this new tool is that it's on a driver level. So you either use GeForce Experience or you can manually turn it on with the Nvidia control panel. So the sharpening will be at 10%. I don't think we don't need to crank it up too much. It's very aggressive. So yeah, we apply. And also guys, remember that what you can do, what you can do to specific programs. Chrome, yeah, sure. Hellblade, I don't know. If you want to one specific game have this, you can enable it manually for that specific game. That's great, that's huge for me. So we're doing it globally right now. So image scaling on. So it's going to grab your full screen resolution, in this case 720p from my game. So my display settings is 720p. But with NIS enabled, it upscales to 1080p using that smart upscaling. So let's try that. Let's see how it looks. And as you can see here behind my 30 FPS Steam overlay, there it says NIS. That means that the sharpening, the upscaling is working. So keep that in mind. Yeah, the benchmark in this game is wrong. Yeah, I know. This is just to have like-for-like footage. So don't be triggered by this benchmark tool. The thing with this is it's not a native implementation, it's on the driver level, so when you upscale from 720p to 1080p or whatever, it also upscales the text, the interface, everything is upscaled. So if you see the extra sharpening on the edges of the game itself, you'll also see it in the menus, in the UI. That's the biggest drawback so far. But I mean, if you have a lower end GPU, I see no reason not to try it. So let's see. Once more. Sí, Teot, sí, el tema es que mantenga la calidad de imagen, esa es la pregunta. Okay. So far, it looks a little bit too sharp, at least in my opinion. Let's see the frame rate. Okay. Tell me those average frame rates. We gotta see those. Okay, 47 average instead of 51 that we got at 720. Okay, let's add all the media we just recorded. So, one sec. I4Core. Okay. So let's go by this together. All right. So I'm going to go frame by frame. I need to line it up first. One sec. Almost there. Okay. Almost got it. There we go. Those are lined up. And now this. I think I got it. Okay, yeah, definitely got it. So the one at the right is 1080p. Let me see if that's correct. No, 1080p native. This one is 720p NIS to 1080p, and in the middle we got 720p native. So as you can see, NIS has an impact in performance, but I mean in comparison to playing native. So yeah, let's see a still image. As you can see on 1080p, of course, you got more detail because more pixels. Let's put play. Okay. Remember guys, 720p on the left. Native 720. Sorry, native 720 in the middle. NIS 720p to 1080p on the left. Not sure if you guys can notice anything. And hang on, I'm going to close the game. It's bothering me. Okay. Apologies for that. So let's stay on one frame. Yeah, as you can see, the detail loss at 720p, of course, wasn't going to be recovered with NIS. Let's move a little bit further. Yeah, I mean, it's sharper, but it feels like a sharpening filter. Of course, again, this is a very extreme scenario. 720p, upscale to 1080p. Let's see this pipe. This pipe should give us all the answers. Pipe. Yeah, I mean, image clarity, there's a little bit more than native 720. But still, I don't notice a huge advantage on this game. Pipe, I believe in you, give me the answers. Come on, Pipe. Oh yeah, this is a perfect place to do a comparison. Let's see the main characters. Yeah, this game in particular, I would say doesn't benefit much. Yeah, no. I mean, you can notice that this one is 1080p and the other two are 720. Yeah, I don't see a major advantage on this one. That's weird. Although as you can see, the NIS image runs a little bit worse than native 720, but much better than native 1080. So yeah, I think it depends on a game-to-game basis. So yeah, a lot of lines. Let me only do 720 here. 720 versus 720. So native 720 versus NIS now. So 720p native versus 720p NIS to 1080p. I don't notice much of a difference on this game. Let's go back. Usually in motion is when the upscalers break. Okay, I can see... Yeah, but very little. I mean, you can notice the sharpening, but at that point, why bother? It doesn't look that different, just add sharpening. Okay, I can see some here, but it also happens at 720. Yeah, even the hair has the same issues. I don't know, at least in this game, to me they look the same. Doesn't seem to be an advantage on this particular game. So yeah, let's try another game. Although now, what I'm going to do is trying on the GeForce Experience app. Let me see if I can try the experimental feature. So yeah, that was interesting. Maybe 10% sharpening is too low. Yeah, but on some games it's too high. So it's you need to be testing every single game. But I don't even notice any difference there. Hang on, I'm gonna put my credentials. Also, this is just a first look. In some games I think it's worth using. Let's try experimental features. How did I do that? Oh, here, experimental features. I hate logging into GeForce Experience, same. In my opinion, you should do it from the Nvidia control panel instead. Save yourself logging into your account. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this again. And I think on the Nvidia GeForce Experience, it's only for particular games that it works. But it was interesting to see that in some games it worked surprisingly well, and in others not so much. On Kina, I think it looked good. Although, yeah, a little bit over sharpened, but overall, I like the image better than native 720, personally. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, image scaling, here we are. So boost frame rates for optimized games and applications using the GPU scaling and sharpening. So for optimized games and applications, so it doesn't work on everything. Keep that in mind. Okay. And which resolution are we doing today? Okay, like AMD's FSR, 831p, at 77% of 1080p. Yeah, let's put sharpening at 20. 20 should be okay. And let's do a second run of tests. So let's try Kina, first of all. Hopefully it's here. Anyway, let's get into the game right away. So trying 77%. 1080p. Whoa. 1080p. NIS 77%, which should be FSR ultra quality like. Let's see if that works. So we launch Kina. And let's see what happens. You have so many games. Yeah, that's kind of what I do on YouTube. Having so many games is part of my YouTube channel. No sé si eso tiene que ver, Benjamín, honestamente. Okay, so I can really see the sharpness on display. So as you can see, this is 1080p, but I'm not sure if NIS is working here. Let me see, Alt-Z. I mean, how do I know if this is working from the Nvidia control panel? Image sharpening, okay. The sharpening filter works with the game filter feature. Yeah, I can see that. You can, okay, this is good. I like that I can change the image sharpening. So I can make it super sharp or super not sharp. That's good. While using GeForce Experience, press Alt F3 when you can manually adjust the degree of sharpening during gameplay. Well, that's what I'm doing. But let's see what happens. Let me see what screenshots I took. Okay, it was 63 frames on native 1080p. But as you can see, NIS is not enabled right now. So yeah, you can increase the sharpness and, well, the game looks over sharpened. I wish I could disable the film grain in this game. That would be nice. But as you can probably notice, whoa, the frame rate is almost the same as 1080p. Let me see if I select another resolution, what happens. Holy hell, shut up, birds! Jesus Christ, birds are noisy here. Okay, but if I select 900p, it's doing what I asked. I'm confused. How does this work exactly? Because it doesn't put the resolution that I asked for. No, it's not the game. Yeah, NIS is green when I lower the resolution, but when I change it here, it's not 831p like I asked for. So how does this work exactly? That's what I don't understand. So which games are compatible? I don't get it. Oh, okay, I need to click the optimize button. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. Not sure why it's not right next to what I'm using. Yeah, I literally prefer to do this manually, I think. Let's close the game and try it again. I think manually is the way to go. Optimize. Thanks, guys. I freaked up there. Let's see if it works. Okay, it says optimizing. I have a lot of games, so this will probably take a while. My mistake. Yeah, I have a lot of games. Well, it could have been more games, honestly. Pavlov VR. Imagine playing Pavlov with over-sharpened images. Yeah, Kina. There we go. I think it's... okay, it optimized everything. Good. Let's launch the game. We launch it from the GeForce Experience app. You disable motion blur, depth of field, film grain, and chromatic aberration. Yeah. Yeah, you should do that. Okay, what about now? Let's see what happens. Let's see if it works. The games need to be put in full screen. Yeah, I am doing that. Okay, yeah, this definitely works. I now have 100 FPS. Okay, neat. Yeah, and it says 1080p. So I'm going to do a very quick test. So I start recording this. We move it around. Sorry about the lag. I'm recording footage in the background, that's why. Won't take long. So yeah, definitely I can see the performance improvement. Let's see, once I disable it, what happens. Yeah, the NIS icon should be green, but it's not green, it's blue. But the frame rate is higher, so there's definitely something being done to the image. Alright. So now we quit out of the game, and I disable NIS. So NIS off. And we gotta optimize it again. Sí, debería estar verde, pero no lo está. No sé qué onda. Yeah, guys, not sure why the NIS logo is not green. It should be green, because I optimized the game, but it still got the performance boost, so... Maybe this is bugged. I'm a little confused there. It only changes settings. Oh, makes sense. Makes complete sense. Yeah, I probably changed my settings. But let's see if it did anything. I don't think it did. So yeah, I think I'll go specifically to that. Yeah, this is the most recent update. Yeah, makes sense. The game probably lowered my settings. Yeah, definitely. It lowered my screen percentage to 80%. I hate that we need to use this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something else, because it doesn't seem to work right out of the box. Even if I enable this and optimize the game, it didn't do it. So we're doing our own custom resolution, okay? We're doing 1477 by Earth 831. We're doing that. I hate GeForce Experience. Activate the overlay. The overlay was on. The overlay was enabled. I'm going to make my own resolution. That's it. Yeah, well, it should have... Yeah, see this? This is what bothers me. Jesus Christ. Why? Why do I need to log in each time? Okay, we're just doing that. And I'll be done with it. Try selecting 831p inside the Kina game. Gotcha, I will. Give me one sec. First of all, I want to save in a notepad what's the resolution I want to create. One sec. So the resolution I want to create is 1477 by 831. Let's see if the game lists that as the native resolution. It doesn't say anything about resolution, at least not right now. Yeah, no, I do not see that resolution here, even with that enabled. Do I need to enable it again? No, it's already enabled. When you enable it on GeForce Experience, it's enabled here as well, which is a good thing. But the thing is, I'm not getting that resolution after enabling image scaling for some reason. Oh, here you are. Okay, it finally did it for me. Finally. Okay. 831p, here you are. Okay, it made them for me, finally. I don't know why it didn't select them on its own. That's fucking weird. Sorry for the F-bomb, I couldn't resist. Okay, good to see. So this will work if the game has... if the game supports arbitrary resolutions. That's probably why in some games it's probably not going to work. So yeah, I need to get here. Yeah, I don't know why that resolution is not showing up. Not sure if you guys can notice that. But my custom resolution is not appearing. That's what kind of bothers me. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a thing with this game in particular. But in this game, I'm not getting that option. Yeah, I do it for YouTube, not for you guys. I censor myself because YouTube. Not because you guys could get offended. Don't worry. I'm not one of those people. Reboot the PC? Sure. Soon. Although, one sec. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. So 831p is an option in the menu, but for some reason it's not showing up on my game's resolution. That's what's kind of weird. Okay, I'll restart the PC. Whatever. And if that doesn't work, we're doing something else. We're doing manually inserting that resolution forcefully into the computer and wish for the best. Okay, that's a good idea, Firegate. I might try that. Okay, with blue NIS, only sharpening is working, green sharpening and scaling working. Okay, gotcha. Some games get green. Okay, I think we can... so on Kina it's probably not working, which makes sense. Nvidia probably has something extra in the middle. But let's see if it works right out of the box, and if it doesn't show the resolutions that we want, we're going to make our own. And that's it. We're not trying more than that. So yeah, hang on, I gotta log into my GeForce Experience again. One sec. Okay, that should log me in. So yeah, guys, if personally I wouldn't use GeForce Experience right now. I'd rather do it manually. Okay. So we optimize it. Okay, now it works. Okay, you needed to restart the PC. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. So now the resolutions do show up, apparently. Good. So what's the thing of restarting the computer? Makes sense. Maybe the games did not detect the new resolutions showing up. It is written on the manual. If the game does not support custom res, try borderless full screen after setting desktop full screen. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. It's appreciated. I was pulling my hair out. Oh, man. So I think you don't even need GeForce Experience for this. Although it's pretty handy for the sharpening filter. Okay. Yeah, now it's working. As you can see, the green NIS shows up. And you can see the difference in resolution. That's pretty impressive. So now we are doing a comparison, a real comparison finally. So as you can see, the game is now set to 831p, which again, this is like ultra quality FSR, which would be around 831p. So NIS, ultra quality. I call it the same as AMD so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, 1080p NIS ultra quality. And we're going to do our own settings. Let's do no motion blur and the rest on high just to crush the GPU. So everything on high just for the GPU's sake. Yeah, sure. Let's keep it like this. And I'm missing something, I think. Screen percentage, 100%. Perfect. Okay, so NIS is running. Let's load the file. Thus the game does not upscale, they just read the image. What do you mean? Yeah, I should have downloaded Cyberpunk. I don't know how I forgot about Cyberpunk. Hang on, I'm going to start recording super quick. There we go. So yeah, I'm still seeing those sharpening things I told you at the beginning. So you can do it either manually or with those resolutions given to you by the driver, which I think I recommend doing that instead, because 720p on a 1080p screen still doesn't look great. Still look like 720, which is a very strong strong difference in pixels. So yeah, come on and hit me, come on. But 1080p with ultra quality looks pretty good, because we're losing less pixels. That's basically why. Okay, I don't know what if now I should put 1080p only. No, let's disable NIS completely. So we gotta restart the game, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not logging in again, sorry. I'd rather stay away. Image scaling, let's turn it off. So now we have no image scaling. And then we do the comparison right away. Yeah, the frame time graph seems to be broken in this game. Not sure why. That's kind of weird. Okay, now the game is getting the wrong resolution because the resolution we used before is missing. Oh, dang it. I screwed up. Hang on. So when you disable image scaling, you're going to see that probably the game will break the resolution. That's because the resolution we gave to it at the beginning is no longer present. That's why. Does it upscale the image or just lower the resolution? It lowers the resolution. It doesn't lower the resolution. It gives you a lower resolution. And it upscales it to your native resolution. Resolution easy. What? That's hilarious. Yeah, the resolution was very easy. Just run the game on 1080p, disables NIS. It didn't. It just enabled my... What's the name of this? It just enabled sharpening, which makes sense. But I want to have it without it, so I can have absolute native 1080p. So yeah. Is Nvidia's FSR available on all GPUs? It seems to be, I mean, it's on the Nvidia GPUs. Hang on, let me record this first of all. So I start recording. So as I was saying, it should work on every Nvidia GPU. You don't even need GeForce Experience, really. GeForce Experience makes it easier to tweak the sharpness inside the game, but you can do it from the driver itself. So yeah, 1 sec. I'm recording, that's why I'm looking at the same footage over and over. Okay, see you later, Roger Konigutnte. Jesus, sharpening 0% doesn't deactivate the sharpen. Gotcha. Okay, I got a couple hits. Let's now get out. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, you cannot use it on AMD like this. You need to use lossless scaling or something along those lines. So hang on, I'm going to show you guys the two footages. I footaged, if that makes any sense. It doesn't. So on the left we got 1080p native. And at the right, we got 1080p NIS 77%. Let's call it NIS Ultra Quality. Just to have a simpler way to compare them. So let's zoom in. Yeah, I can notice that the image at the right is more sharpened. Yeah, I can see the edges. But let's see, the performance difference is huge. From 62 frames all the way up to 79. And honestly, I see a sharper image. We'll see it once we are on movement, but so far they look pretty comparable. Although here the tree didn't load. Whoa, the tree didn't load there. Let me line them up super quick. Because if I do not line them up, it's going to be difficult to compare. Okay, that should do. Yeah, I mean, considering the performance difference, this is fine. Yeah, looks good. It looks more sharp. It's a lower resolution still. I can see the artifacting. But this looks good. This is pretty good. Yeah, it looks very similar. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, I think it looks okay, actually. As long as you don't go extreme like I did before with 720p, upscale to 1080p. Yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, Santiago recommends. Definitely comparable to a 1080p image, at least in this game. And look at that performance difference. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, this is just like FSR, definitely. I don't know if it looks the same. I don't have a side-by-side to compare against FSR. But on ultra quality, on 1080p looks pretty good. I'm not even mad. Even on moving objects. I mean, when I'm running around, you can see that. Hang on. Let's see, I'm moving images. Yeah, even when I move the camera, it's still fine. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed, actually. I'm not comparing with FSR as of yet, because a lot of people are already doing that, and they also have DLSS in the mix. So I'm doing one more game. Let's do Red Dead 2 again. I trust that Red Dead 2 is probably going to be fine. But let me uninstall GeForce Experience before that. Hang on. One sec. Do you want to uninstall GeForce Experience? Yes. Freak off. Is this better than FSR? It seems to be doing the same thing, but I don't have a side-by-side right now to compare against FSR. I don't think it's worth comparing, honestly, because if the game has FSR built into it, it will be way better than using NIS, because NIS will also upscale the menus. So yeah. I would say use this on games that do not have FSR, and you'll be okay. So let's keep it at 20% sharpness. I think that's fine. Why remove GeForce Experience? Because it doesn't seem to be necessary, at least right now. It still makes the resolutions that we need. You don't need GeForce Experience. The scaling resolutions are still here. So this is what we care about, because this makes new resolutions for the games to use image scaling. So yeah, I highly recommend to not install GeForce Experience. You don't need it. Hang on. Hang on, I'm getting a lot of messages. What a bad time to receive messages when I'm doing side-by-sides. NIS also use TAA or FXAA. Only DLSS replaces the anti-aliasing. I mean, DLSS, guys, DLSS is better because it has specific hardware that takes advantage of it. I mean, if DLSS, I know DLSS looks great, but it requires specific hardware, the RTX cards. You need tensor cores. So I wish we could run it on anything, but we are limited. One sec, I'm getting a lot of calls today. Dang it. I hate when people stop me what I'm doing for 5 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's different. DLSS uses deep learning to do that, AI, on multiple images of ridiculous resolutions, and tracks objects to make them look good. It does a great job. DLSS is amazing, but the thing is, it doesn't work on everything. Yeah, no, not job interview. It's Joe. Yeah, Joe Mama. Ha! Yeah, no. FBI is telling me that AMD is calling for me. AMD is telling me, no, man, use FSR. And I'm like, no, FSR requires an in-game thing. I wish AMD did the FSR thing from the drivers like Nvidia is doing. That would make it accessible to everyone, almost everyone. So yeah, anyway. Let's try this with Red Dead 2. Why image scaling option is not showing up in my 1650 Ti laptop? I don't know. Update the drivers. Yeah, Hellblade with DLSS probably looks amazing as well. I love that each time I open Red Dead 2, the Rockstar Games launcher installs itself. I hate the Rockstar launcher. Yeah, I'll test control again. One sec. Yeah, according to some people that did the comparisons, NIS looks better than FSR. But again, guys, the FSR requires more work, FSR, because you need to implement it in the game. I mean, you don't need to, you can use it outside of the game, but you require MagPi or lossless scaling. And trust me on this one, I tried both softwares, lossless scaling and MagPi, and it's a pain in the ass to make them work. This just, you enable it in the drivers, and you get the custom resolution that you need to make it work. That's basically it. The NIS option in control panel is grayed out because it needs to be activated in global settings. Makes sense. Yeah. No, NIS does not use more CPU. Don't worry. Let me see if that custom yeah, here it is. As you can see, NIS, what it's doing, it creates a full screen resolution of what you want to use. So in this case, 918p. So this is 1080p NIS ultra quality, which is around 918p. Sorry, 918p, no. This is 831p. My bad. So yeah, it creates that custom resolution, puts it on full screen, and then it puts it on your native resolution. That's all it does, and it's fine. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, Red Dead 2 is on a mix between medium and low, as you can see, on 1080p. Now we are on UltraQuality NIS. I call it UltraQuality because it's easier to follow. So yeah, let's get into the game. No, Madraco, en realidad lo estaba haciendo correctamente, pero no como debería haberlo hecho, básicamente. O sea, lo que estaba haciendo era elegir una resolución demasiado baja. Por eso se veía mal en 720, porque me fui muy al demonio con la resolución. 831p equals FSR Ultra Quality? Yes, exactly. So yeah, don't do it with custom resolutions like I did. Do not select 720 and let it upscale to 1080. Just select the presets. Those look better, without a doubt. 720p to 1080p look terrible, of course. Still, it looks a little bit better than native 720. But still. it's easier to just go for the custom resolutions they make for you. All right. Yeah, this definitely looks a little too sharp. Oh no, never mind. It looks sharp. But you know what? I would take this for a performance boost. It's not that bad actually. Yeah, you can do it on GeForce Experience by enabling the experimental updates. But I recommend just do it from the Nvidia control panel. Don't bother. Yeah, let's stand in a place where it's easy. There we go. So I record a little bit of footage and I'll show you guys how to enable it. So the experiments had been fun, but I think I'll stay with just using what I was making. So we'll start recording. I'll record a few seconds so we can see the in-game moving around. Okay, that's enough. Now we go to native 1080, which, as you guys told me, should disable NIS, but I think it's going to enable the sharpening anyway. That shouldn't be an issue, shouldn't affect performance, as you can see there. Now the NIS thing at the top left corner is blue. That means that NIS is not working, it's native 1080. So your native resolution. And now we record this. And let's see what happens. Which is better to play, the DLSS in quality or performance? Quality will look better. Lady, what the hell? I'm comparing Red Dead 2. She was in the way. Don't mind me. That was hilarious. All right. Okay, that should do. Let's now do the comparisons. Belle, we got a job to do. Okay. So the one on the right is NIS UltraQuality. Whoa. So again, NIS UltraQuality is kind of like on FSR. It's 831p. So let's put play. As you can see, the frame rate improvement is very noticeable. Very noticeable. We jump from 39 to 53. So it's a massive uplift. And honestly, I think I'll take the ultra quality image. Although the text is more clear in the 1080p native image. But I mean, considering the performance uplift, this looks incredible. Wow. It's insane, actually. Yeah, it's like FSR, but you can put it on every game. You don't need the developer to implement it, apparently. As long as the game supports custom resolutions, yeah, I'm noticing lack of detail in textures here. But I mean, you jump from 39 FPS all the way up to 52. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. Just like I said with FSR, it's free performance. Looks pretty good. Good job. Let's do something else. Let's do another game. This piqued my interest. So let's try one more time, and I'll gotta go. Because I've been here for a while. Let's do control. Control should benefit quite a bit actually. Oh, I don't think control has custom resolution support. I have to edit a config file, I think. But let's see how easy or how hard it is to get there. Can you do Warzone? Warzone, I don't have it installed on my SSD. But sure, I might try it out. Yeah, the bushes were out of focus in comparison, but I mean, do you mind those slightly blurrier bushes for that massive FPS hit? I think it's fine. Considering the performance improvement, I'll take it, personally. But again, it's free performance, so yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I do not have the custom resolutions here. Although Control already does a good job with the scaler they have. Yeah, you gotta do it manually on this one. Yep. So for Control I need to do something else actually. For Control I should go to the... Oh, never mind, I think I can do something else. I can just do desktop resolution on 831p and borderless full screen in Control. I think that will do the job. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't even need to do that in the... You don't even need full screen. Just select 831p on your native resolution on your desktop, open the game that you want to do, put it on borderless, and it's good to go. Let's see if it works. If it works, it will blow my mind. Let's see what happens. So yeah, this should work. If it works on borderless full screen like you guys are telling me, then Forza should work, Halo should work, Flight Simulator should work, because those are all borderless full screen games. So yeah, let's try that. First we do native resolution, 1080p. So NIS is not enabled right now. So yeah. Let's try that out. Won't take long. Good thing I have it on an SSD. So this is native 1080p. Let's look somewhere else. So there's something to look at. And let's wait for the assets to load. Perfect. Let's start recording. So we're doing a 1080p recording. Let's do at least 10 seconds. So as you can see on 1080p native, with these settings is 24 FPS. I'm doing these settings to push the GPU. So we stop recording, and now we do borderless full screen, which is the resolution we selected. Although for some reason Control doesn't like us to do that. Control tells us to freak off. But as you can see, if I go borderless full screen, I have the resolution from NIS, 831p. Let's see what happens with that. So 831p, testing borderless. So yeah, that's the resolution we wanted. Let's see if there is any improvement. Okay, no, it still renders at 1080p. So this game in particular does not benefit. You need to select the resolution manually in an INI file. What a bummer. What can you do? So yeah, in some games it can be pretty finicky. Yeah, Control doesn't like us to do that. Give me one sec. I'll try something super quick. Won't take long. So for Control, what I recommend, Control doesn't like us changing resolutions like that, so we're doing, where is it? Okay, where's the renderer.ini? Renderer, there we go. We open this, which is called renderer.ini. So here you can select your resolution. We're doing 1477 by 831. And the window size will also be 1477 by 831. So yeah, we're forcing the game to do what we want. basically. And windowed mode, I don't remember if it was 0 or 1. Let's put it on X31p. Because this is already using NIS. So yeah, X31p, wish me luck. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I'm using a 1050 Ti. And let's see if we can find a win around this. The good thing, I wish AMD did this with its own drivers. That would be amazing. Imagine if AMD just said, okay, FSR, just put it on the AMD panel, on the AMD settings, and then put the resolution in the game and we'll upscale it for you with FSR. AMD should have done this in the first place, I think, to compete. Flashbacks of editing INI files in Max Payne 1. Same. Let's see. There we go. X31p. There you go. That's how you do it. So I'm going to record 10 seconds of footage and compare it against the 1080p footage. But that worked. You need to be, playing around with some settings, but you can actually make it show up. So it was like 24 frames. Now it's 30 frames. So you can see the improvement. There it is. So hang on, I'm going to record a few seconds. So yeah, we won 10 FPS. So yeah, this is what happens when you give us control over things. Is it possible to stack DLSS and NIS together? Probably. No, I don't think so, actually. I don't know. That's a good question. But why would you? DLSS looks amazing already. Okay, now we're back to 1080. Let's go. Let's go back to 1080p. Oh, never mind. On full screen it works as well. So yeah, if you edit the INI file, you get those 33 FPS, so you can also do full screen if you want to. Nice. I love when games allow you to edit INI files. Okay, so now NIS is off. This is 1080p native. And we start recording. You can share the tool from Nvidia iCAD, the official page, remove the tool. Really? They removed it? Why? What the hell? Why would they remove it? It works perfectly fine. I don't know if I can share it. I don't want Nvidia DMCAing me. Okay. Is this increased input lag? No, it's fine. Okay. So, the one on the left is native 1080, and the one on the right is ultra quality, quote unquote. So yeah, this is around X31p again. So as you can see, first of all, the performance difference. You jump from 24 cinematic FPS to 32. And let's see it in motion. Okay, yeah, I can see here that it's a little bit more unstable visually. You can see that those edges lose some of the detail here, but it's a very tiny thing. It does look like a lower resolution, but it still looks good. Again, the performance difference is quite large, so a little bit of blur doesn't bother me in this case. Yeah, we lose detail here in the middle as well with this material. And as you can see, it's a softer look for the main character. So yeah, I think the main character looks better with NIS. The hair isn't that messy, as you can see, because it lacks that fine detail. So yeah, I think on NIS, control looks better, at least for the characters. I mean, look at this. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great thing so far. Yeah, I can see the loss of detail. But the performance difference is so huge that why wouldn't you use it? Sure what higher sharpness does to the image? No thanks. At least not right now. I don't have GeForce Experience installed. It was too bothersome. So yeah, I think guys, let's close this video. Because I've been here for almost 2 hours. And at the beginning I was doing it wrong. So let me show you. So, conclusion time. I think it looks good. I think Nvidia did a great job with this. I'm glad that AMD released FSR, so Nvidia did the same, and now we all benefit from it. So, despite what people claim online, some people, you don't need Nvidia GeForce Experience to make this work, you just need the latest driver, then just go to Manage 3D Settings, and in Global Settings you find the option, Image Scaling. So, I recommend you enable it. So that's how you make it work. You just need to enable image scaling, just put it on. Sharpen at 20%, I think it looks good. Higher than 30% looks too sharp, in my opinion. So yeah, 20% seems to be okay. Overlay indicator is so in the top left corner, you'll see if this is working. So if you see a green text, that means that image scaling is working. So after you press OK, restart your computer. I already did it, so I'm not doing it. And after you restart your computer, in the Nvidia control panel in the change resolution parts, you'll notice new resolutions called scaling resolutions. Well, these are the resolutions that you're going to use for the upscaling. The one that I've been using is X31P. This is like AMD's UltraQuality FSR. So I recommend using this one, X31P. And in order to make this work, just enter to a game, full screen resolution, put full screen, and in the full screen options select X31P. So the issue with this is that games that do not support arbitrary resolutions, like, I don't know, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, some of those Japanese ports that do not have arbitrary resolution support, this is not going to work. On borderless full screen it might, in those cases, but yeah, that's how you do it. You just enter a game, enable this, select this as a full screen resolution, and the graphics card will take care of the rest. You don't need to do anything else, really. So yeah, in my case, I'm using 1080p as native resolution. So here we go, let me show you super quick. So 1080p, native resolution, that's fine. I don't know, open, let's use Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, now that we have the option. So when you open a game, just make sure that you're on full screen. Let's wait for the game to show up. So as you can see in the game, you get, well, as usual, multiple options, but in resolution, the custom resolution that Nvidia made for us should be here. So as you can see, X31P, here's the resolution. Make sure it's exclusive full screen. So yeah, there we go, the custom resolution that we needed. You apply, you play the game, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else. It works. That's as easy as it is. That's how simple it is. So you don't need a game developer to implement it. You can just do it on your own. Mom, can we have FSR? Son, we got FSR at home. FSR at home. Although this time around, I think this is better, honestly. The thing is, it will also upscale the menus, not only the graphics. That's the drawback over FSR being implemented in particular games. But as you can see at the top right, at the top left corner, you can probably not see that due to my Nvidia overlay, but it says NIS. That means that the upscaling is working. That's what it means. Works in both full screen and exclusive full screen? Yeah, it should. As long as you can set that resolution as your native, should be fine. Let me show you super quick once more. Yeah, I'm not doing more comparisons. That's it for today. So yeah, that's how easy it is. As long as the game has a full screen option that has X31P, your custom resolutions set here, just do this and you're good to go. That's how simple it is. As long as the game supports arbitrary resolutions, you should be good to go. Can we somehow remove NIS at the top left of corner? Yeah, of course you can, man. You just go into 3D settings, image scaling, and disable this box here, overlay indicator. If you disable this, no more green text. It just works there. And in games that do not support arbitrary resolutions or are borderless full screen, you can just put your new resolution, this one, X31p, as native resolution. So X31p, yeah, X31p. You can use it as a full screen resolution on Windows. As you can see at the top left, NIS is already working in the desktop. It's upscaling my stuff. And you can open a game in borderless full screen and it should work right away. So you'll use the lower resolution. So yeah, if the game doesn't support the full screen resolution, you can use this custom resolution that it creates and put the game in borderless full screen. That will make the game, force the game to render at this resolution, and you're good to go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. It's been 2 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can also manually select 720p and the NIS scaler will take care of it. But I think lowering the resolution like this at 831p or 918p makes it look better than by choosing 900p or 720p. Those resolutions, they work, but it doesn't look as good as using one of these higher ones. So good stuff, good boost to performance. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And also my conclusion super fast, this looks very similar to FSR. So they do the same thing, but this one is slightly different. I think one of the things that FSR does it in 2 steps, this one does it in only one step, basically. But the objective is the same. They give you a lower resolution and smartly upscale it to your native resolution. So yeah, if a game doesn't have FSR, use this. Works fantastically well, at least so far. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys, thanks for watching, love you all, thank you, see ya later. And next time we're doing Cyberpunk 2077, so better be ready for that one. Bye guys.